Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Igniting Dreams Within podcast. I am your host, Ebenezer Mawulo, and today I'm chilling with Geniva Molepo. Geniva, welcome to the show.
Thank you very much.
And how are you today?
I'm very good, and you?
I am good. Tell us a little bit about yourself. Who is Geniva?
Well, Geniva is just your normal girl, like from Molepo, and nothing fancy about that. From Molepo to Tafleopo. Yeah, that's it.
And what type of environment did you grow up in?
Well, the type of environment, like, it was a very chilled environment, per se. Although I had my ups and downs, but then it was quite a regular environment, like for any child. You just grow up, but not with parents, because I grew up with my grandma. Yeah.
Oh, you grew up without your parents?
Yes.
And what was one of the challenges that you encountered when you were growing up without your parents? Did you know who your parents were, or they just told you that no, your parents were not there?
The thing is, when I grew up with my grandmother. I always thought that she was my mother, up until I got to the age of 14, wherein I got to see my mother for the first time, and I even went to stay with her in Alexandra.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's when I started knowing her. But then as for my father, I never had that space of saying, where's my father? Because my mother played two roles in one. So yeah, I never felt that, that pain of saying, where's my father? So yeah, but then as I grew older, in high school, on Father's Day, Mother's Day, I was never one of those people who celebrated it. So when it was Father's Day, I was like, oh, okay, there's actually a father here. So when I got to home, I was like, Ma, who's my father? I love my mother with all my heart, but she was not one of those people who were honest.
Okay.
That is one thing, it was very challenging for me. It was that, where's my father? It's like, hey, I don't know. So, hey, you don't know, Kanjan. So it was very challenging up until she died. So still no, it's a heavy burden to say I'm still searching for my father's family, because he also died. I later discovered that he later died. He actually died when my mother was pregnant with me. So yeah, so I kind of understand when my mother didn't want to share that with me. I think she was still going through that pain. But I would have also loved if she had left a note there to say, your father was ban. Family Agubo is this 1, 2, 3, and 4. Yeah, so it's challenging, but then you got to learn to accept. Like, there's nothing you can do. You just accept.
Yeah, no, that's something hard.
Yeah.
And one of the most frequent challenges that the youth have is that when they've got, especially when it comes to fathers, you'll find that a person grew up without their father, whether maybe that father left their mother or that father disappeared for whatever reason that may be. And you find that the young person has got some burdens or some anger that's also there within them.
Yes.
Now, did you also experience something along those lines, or there was something that you did, or something that you told yourself, or a story that you told yourself to make sure that you don't get into that cycle of being angry at your father or even angry at your mother?
Well, I'm not a person with kind of friends,
Okay.
I like being myself, like being alone. I'm a writer. Most of the time I spend writing my own short stories, or saying when I was a little girl, I've always wished that I could have met my father, this and that. So later on, I met this friend of mine. She also didn't have a father and a mother. But the sad part about her was that she was kind of dating, searching for guys. I don't know whether it was for affection from a male side or what. But then I took it from her to say, no, I can't do this. Okay, my father was never there. I never knew him. I never knew his family. But you know what? I'm alive. And the decisions I take today are the ones who will determine my future.
Yeah.
So it was not that thing of saying, okay, I don't have a father. Yes, if I could have a guy, yes, to have that thing, that affection from. No, I never had that. Wow. I decided from there on, at a young age, I even told, before my mother died, I told her, I will never get married.
Wow. Why is that?
I don't want to get married. I feel like I'm independent, man. Like it's one of those things I can rely on myself.
Okay,
I don't know whether it was a childish thing, but then it was that thing of saying, okay, I can actually live on my own and never depend on anyone. Okay, at some point it's kind of like selfish to say how you're never going to be in a relationship. It's not that. I just prefer being on my own. And the thing is that I could say I never want to expose my child, if I would have a child, meaning what I will be in a relationship, which I don't want that.
Okay.
So I don't want her to say, okay, your father was like this, if you were to die, such things. So at that point I took that, okay, I don't have a father, okay, but I can still live. I still got to appreciate the people around me, who showed me love, like my grandmother, especially my uncle who took me in after my mother died. So he took me in, him and his wife and 5 of their children. So basically I became their sister. So that love grew as time went by. So that's why the gap of saying I don't have a father, I don't know it. I just know I don't have a father. But it's not such a big issue wherein I will seek attention to say, guys, Yazin, it's painful. It's what? No. Nah. I'm fine.
You're fine.
I'm fine. Certain situations you cannot change them.
That's
you cannot.
true.
You just got to accept. That is how it is. That is your path. Nje. Yes.
No, that's very powerful, because most people they fail to reach that point.
Yes.
You find that they are saying that Mom, where's my father? The parents tell the story, and the person goes on wanting to search. Maybe like what you said, that yes, it's true that who was it? There's this other psychologist who said that most of the time a person, when they get into a relationship, they are first attracted to the model that they had at home. If it's a woman, you'll find that a woman would be more attracted to a guy who looks or who functions like her father, and for the guy vice versa. And I'm very glad that you never experienced those to an extent that maybe you blamed your father or you hated men because your father wasn't there, or because of the guys who were in maybe your mother's life, if I may say so.
Yes.
And now you've got a very powerful and strong view on relationships. I've seen your views and your inputs on relationships.
Yes.
Now, since you are saying that you don't want to be in a relationship, I would like to hope that it's for now. Maybe at a later stage, hopefully something might happen. But what was the source, or where did you learn those powerful lessons that you usually share with us there on social media about relationships? Where do you learn those relationships?
Well, lessons? As I said, I'm a reader, and I'm also a writer.
Okay.
So sometimes when I'm just one of those people, like, you find me at home. I don't go like anywhere.
Okay.
If I'm not working at home, I clean, lock the doors, the laptop is here. Then like the ideas just come flowing, and some of the things I love reading romance novels.
Okay.
So yes, you could say these ideas of relationship, they come from there. And then also from the people I used to associate with. Because when there was a time where I was doing a learnership at ATTI. Then I got to interact with different people. Some of the ladies where I was chilling with, they were in a relationship. Some of them were married. So during lunchtime, like, we would just sit and like discuss, well, how guys kunjani to be in a relationship. So at that point I was like, to be in a relationship is 1, 2, 3, and 4, man. Yes, the guy is very stressful as what. hey. So I'm like, how do you cope? You said you're gonna do this. So why do you then have a certain mindset of saying this guy is doing this guy is doing this? So when I get home, like those ideas I was talking about, like I would sit and like compile them to say, okay, if you were married, in my view, I would think this is how you should do. And then if you are a boyfriend and a girlfriend, this is how I think you could survive, and at a later stage, become a husband and a wife. But then in that manner, when you are a husband and wife, don't lose that focus of saying we are still girlfriend and boyfriend.
Yes.
Don't be too much and say, no, we are married, I'm relaxing. He's mine. He's not going. That is wrong. Because that is where I feel most of the relationship is going to end. They die, like you lose that spark because you tend to relax to say, this is my husband, this is my man. No, that is your boyfriend. Look at that guy with that mindset when he first proposed to you, like, hey, my mom, I love you, Sinjaninjan. I wanted to keep that flowing. So, relationship, reading, and my uncle's wife, usually she tells us, hey, sis, when you're dating, you should do 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 5. All right, and I never lose that. Like, I do not respond.
Okay.
But I just sit, and then when I'm alone, I just like, but then she knows because she's been in a relationship for so long. They're married for so long. So the thing she's talking about, I believe at some stage she experienced that. So I take that and compile them into one. Hence, that's why I share.
Then you share the lessons after.
Yes, I believe that those who are reading, I think some light nyana would be there, to say, I was doing this. But then after reading this, okay, I learned 1, 2, 3, and 4. Not for the sake of posting. Sometimes I can be childish. I'm allowed to do that.
Yes.
I'm allowed. I'm allowed.
Yes.
So most of the time, I want to stay relevant. To say, when you open your Facebook account, like, you're gonna see that thing which is, it's either motivating you, whether it's challenging you. But then that's my motto when I post. I cannot post in jail for the sake of posting. I go, my dot.
What you've got, it's also one of the things that I also like to do, because even I myself as a writer, you'll find that every time when I'm creating new ideas or when I'm researching on a particular topic, what I realized about social media is that if you post something there, what I like about Facebook is that I can also, maybe 10 years or 50 years later, then I can come and retrieve that data that I wrote. Then maybe if I'm writing a book at that particular time, then I could use that information or that research I was conducting at the time. And now, you are saying that you learned most of the things that from your uncle's wife. When she had the time to say that, no, let me teach you 1, 2, or 3 things about relationships. Do you have maybe the top 3 things that you learned from her that maybe you might have an advice for our viewers or even for yourself? Maybe the top 3 lessons that you learned from her that you want to share with us, or that you would want to apply in your future relationship, if that would be there.
I like that. All right, the first one, it would have to be respect.
Okay.
You need to respect yourself and also respect the person that you're gonna be with.
Okay.
And then the second thing is loyalty.
Okay.
When you say you are in a relationship, you need to be loyal to that person. Or like give that person 99.9% of your loyalty, 100%.
Okay.
Literally it kills 99.9% of gems. So that loyalty, let that person, when he's sitting down somewhere, like that person should know, yes, that person is for me.
It's for me.
And then the most important thing is love. Don't be with a person because you just got out of relationship, so basically is a rebound. No, love that person for who or she is. Don't love the appearance because she's got beautiful curves, he's got a nice cut, because those things are gonna fade. Love the heart.
True.
Love that heart, because the heart never changes. The person, yes, the physical appearance will change and everything else. But then when you love that heart, it stays there. The things that comes after that, you don't see them. You see that heart. But then people don't understand, why are you with that person? When you see that love, you see it, you understand it. You understand that person. I may actually die with this person.
Wow.
So when you love hard. Don't love half time, half enjoying. There's nothing like that. Exactly. And when you love someone, take that person as though it's your family. Because when you love your family, it's unconditional. There's no way. So basically, your partner, you should love them that way. To see, when you see them, you see like this is my family. I cannot hurt my family. I cannot sacrifice with my family, but I can love that family. I can build that family. Yeah, so I took those lessons basically.
Wow, no, those are very powerful lessons. And what, like you touched on something very important these days, because most people when they are getting into relationships, they don't have that 100% loyalty and love for a person. They just love the idea of being with someone, or they love the idea of who this person might become tomorrow. Maybe if it's a woman, they are assuming that she will have a nice job. Maybe they will have nice kids together or whatsoever. And now you'll find that, let's say for example, when people go into relationships, they will go into a relationship, or they'll be in a relationship saying that in terms of loyalty, I'm just going to give this person maybe 49%, then I'll take the rest. Meaning that, in other words, maybe it's from their past that they might have been hurt before. Now they are afraid of giving someone 100% of all they have, or even loving someone. Now, what would you say to a person who's like this? What are some of the benefits that you could say that you have learned from your aunt about loving someone wholeheartedly, or even in relationships in general? What are some of those lessons that you've learned about loyalty and even love, and maybe some of the challenges that one might encounter? Because someone might be listening to this podcast saying that, no, I hear you are saying that I must love a person 100%, or I must give them 100% loyalty, but there could be some fears that they could be having, maybe of being hurt, heartbroken. What would you say in that area?
You see, the first point when you're in a relationship, basic thing, it's communication.
Okay.
Because we all have our demons. We all have our flaws, our imperfections. But then when you enter that relationship, said that thing of saying, my person, you see, I've been at this road. I've went here.
Okay.
And then I got so hurt deeply. Be open. Like, talk to that person. Talk to that person. Like, if it's a he or it's a she, let that person know the inner you.
Okay.
Talk to them to say, I've been in this relationship, I could say, for 5 years. And in these 5 years, I was not happy because he was doing 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 5. You see, and when you're telling them, you're basically letting them to not do that. Do not do that, because when they do that, they are making you relive that pain you went through. So basically, communication it's the first thing. No matter how angry you are, but bottom line is that you need to talk to him or her, because if I'm quiet, he won't know.
Yeah, he won't.
If he's laughing with those girls, it's hurting me. No, you must call him. Talk. It's very important for any relationship. I may say from my view, it's important because immediately I open my mouth, you will know. Okay, even if I'm a distance, you will know. Right, Mtaka doesn't love 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 5. Meaning, I need to abide by those in order for a relationship to grow. So it's about meeting each other halfway. Yes, some of people, they don't know how to talk. So now my suggestion is to say, if you don't know how to speak like directly, to say, I don't like it when you talk to girls. No. You write it down. You jot it down. In a journal. You write your thoughts down. You write them at your own time. And then you write them down, basically what you're feeling at that moment. And then after writing it down, you can say, my person, here's what I'm feeling. Then they will read, they will understand. Instead of saying, I don't do this. Some of them you're going to forget them. And then it's not easy when you forgot them and want to bring them later on, because I believe the person will have moved on to say, I think we talked about this, Sinjanina. So when you write it down, basically you're letting all your thoughts, all your emotions there, and then that person will read it with understanding. Oh, Mojalo, please read this with understanding. See my point of view. I'm not saying I'm blaming you for 1, 2, 3, and 4. I'm just letting it out because I cannot speak freely like that. Not that I'm afraid, but I just have that thing of saying, I can't speak. Yes. So this is my way of telling you how I feel. Yeah, that's it.
And what you just said, you remind me of this other guy. I just forgot his name. But he said that It's actually two people. One was a psychologist, and he had been studying couples for plus minus 40 years now. His research is long term, and he said that by looking at the way a couple communicates or how they share their ideas, whether it's conflict, everything regarding communication, he says that if I can just listen to you guys, how you argue, how you communicate your ideas, in that moment I can automatically tell how long you will last in the relationship, whether you will divorce or not. And another person said that it's also what you were saying, it's a system that he and his wife created. He also said that one of the things that we do, because sometimes you might find that when I have something that's hating me that you did or that I did, if I raise that issue now, in the moment that it's happening, you might get defensive to such an extent that you are not listening to me and you are not listening to my emotions or how I'm feeling about that particular matter. So what they did is that he said that he recommended that people should just, whether maybe it's an email or an SMS or whatsoever, like you said that the best way is to write a note down. Yes, I also think that that's one of the things that's contributing. Now, when sometimes you find that people, it's not that they don't want to share or they don't want to communicate, but rather that a person is afraid that you might find out that, in my past, I did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9, and that's what ended my relationship. And maybe they have got some experience that they had with another person, that when they told them about their past or they told them what happened, you'll find that it might hurt them in some way. What do you say to a person like this who's saying that I'm afraid that my past or whatever that I might want to share with you that comes from my past, in terms of me being open and communicating with you, what would you say to that person?
Well, for me, I think sharing would depend on a relationship, how long it has been.
Okay.
So if it's a 1 month thing, we've been dating for a month, I can't automatically just tell you, but hey, Bafosa, I had 5 boyfriends. Yes, 1, 2, 3, and 4. They did that. No, you wait. Like I would think maybe 4 months, 5 months down the line.
Okay.
I agree, you'll be studying your person by that time. Okay, my person is like this. This one, I know if I were to say this, he might laugh. He might do this. So you reserve those things. You jot it down somewhere.
Okay.
After that, when I'm more relaxed, when I'm more comfortable with this person, then it's when I'm gonna tell him or her, yes, in my person, I have a shady history. When coming to guys or coming to men, but then it's not that I'm gonna continue on that line. I'm just telling you, so that maybe I do not want to repeat what I had did on my previous relationship. But so 1 month, okay, that was 5. Hey, we used to beat out each other. No, you don't do that. You reserve it. You learn him. He becomes open to you. Smaller there to say, hey, yes, I had this girlfriend for this long, or I had this boyfriend for so long. Then you automatically study, okay, he did this. Oh, Nani, I also did this. So we are actually kind of like common. So at a later stage, you also share. Now, oh, I did this. Yes, but then you say it in a, I could say, in a happy space. Don't say it when you're angry. Because I've also realized that women have this tendency of saying, when they're fighting with their partners, they would say, yes, my boyfriend never did that, my ex never did that. How? So, I don't understand. But then if I were to be a guy and you tell me, okay, go back to your ex again. Go back. So, certain things like this, they do happen. So I'm just saying, take time to know your person before you can actually tell him the whole history about you. Step by step. Don't rush. Don't rush. Relax. You're not going anywhere. This is your person. And no matter what, after telling him your history and what, if he or she really loves you, they're gonna stick by you. They can't judge you by your past, because they also have their past, which is it's not a very clean slate.
It can be.
We all have our exactly. So step by step, kancane kancane. Yes.
What you touched on something important. I remember I also was in a relationship some time back, and the girl kept on comparing me with my female friends or even her exes. Then I told her, you know what? Yeah, no, it's fine that you are always referring me back to those people. Now go and date those people, because it seems like you don't want me to be me. You want me to be your ex, or you want me to have the characteristics your ex had. Now, and yeah, it's also something that kills so many relationships, because you find that I remember one time you'll find that yes, there could be some things that you could learn from me from my past, but there are also certain things that, or some painful lessons that I have learned, that I no longer want to talk about those things. Like let's say for example, you might find that, let's say maybe a person who I was with, let's say maybe, because you find that, let's say maybe a person was suicidal. Or rather, maybe one time the person you were in love with, they passed on, or something bad happened and they passed on. That could be a pain that I might not want to talk with you as frequently. Maybe I'll just tell you once, and after telling you once, then I no longer want to tell you that. And not that I don't want to communicate with you, but the fact that the wounds that the whole issue has might be so painful that whenever I talk about it, it still reminds me. Yes. And now, from your own perspective, or what have you observed? What are some of the things, or some of the things maybe, or the skeletons or the demons that we would be bringing into relationships? What are some of those things or those demons that those ones are, don't? Because there will be some people who would say that, no, because you were a player before, I don't want to be in a relationship with you. Or when a person exposes those things, then they will be like, you know what, I thought I loved you, but this one. Yeah, so do you also have some of those things, or what are some of the things that you have learned that they are some of the demons that people don't want in a person, or from their past, or that maybe they could hide?
Yeah, there are a lot of things, but then the cheating part.
Okay.
Yes, the cheating part. Certain people, like, they would cheat, not because they want to, but I don't know whether it's just in them.
Okay.
Yes, it's just in them.
Okay.
In as much as they try to be humble or kind, it's just in them.
Okay.
So it's one of those skeletons who, when they have their partner, it's like, yes, baby, I will never cheat on you. Yes, and then they get into a fight. Then you find out, no, baby, I cheated because we were fighting.
Oh, okay.
That is not an excuse.
Yeah.
That is not. You went there with your own mind, like, fully minded. Yes, in this I'm going there. So that is one of the main factors which are breaking the relationship most of the time. And then dishonest. Yes, some people are dishonest. Yes, they will tell you blatant lies. They will tell you lies, and like you would at some point believe them. Yes, yeah, Mara baby, yes, yeah, you're talking the truth. I want to say they are lying.
Wow.
They are lying. And then like they're used to it.
Oh, okay.
They're used to it, that even when they're lying, like,
yeah, it's nothing. It's
nothing. That consciousness, it's gone.
Yeah.
So and then also the demons that it's I don't know for guys, but then for women, they like including most of their friends in their relationship.
Okay.
If I have a boyfriend, then we kind of like clash. Okay. Then I would say, my friend, come guys, let's talk. Then you include those people in your relationship. Whereas when you met that guy, they were the only two of you. They were not there.
Yeah.
You see?
The others were not there.
Yes, so it's one of those demons that people bring in a relationship, of which is a relationship, it's a two-way stream.
Okay.
Not three.
Yeah.
Not three. Even in marriage, yes, there will be families behind, but then at the end of the day, it's the two of you who meet there down the line. Not to say my mother what, my father what, it's the two of you. So that is where most of people fail. Okay. When I'm fighting with this person, I need to go to my mother and say, Mom, yes, this person 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 5. That is not even allowed. No, it should be the two of you. In a relationship, they should be a two of you. Meaning, if, for instance, if you're staying together, although, boyfriend and girlfriend, you're fighting, don't go home. You sit in that room. You lock it.
Oh, okay.
Yes, you'll sit there. Okay, I can't watch a vela, I better take fresh air. I'll cook him more, but don't call the next person. Yes, I'm fighting with my girlfriend. She did this 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 5. That is not even allowed. No, because that person will give you other ideas, and the many ideas would say, "How? So why are you still staying? Why can't you go?
Why don't you go?"
That is not building. That is breaking. It's building. He's not encouraging you to build your future together. He just wants you to be alone, and that is not right. So don't include people in your relationship. Don't lie.
Yeah, people lie a lot.
Sure, people lie, and you may start small. Yes, I was at Palais, but you know you were at town.
Oh yeah.
That is the first thing. You start small. The lies start small, like those harmless lies. No, but then immediately when you continue lying and lying and lying, it's gonna be big. Wherein like you may just not sleep at home. And so baby, as I was sleeping, almost when he was there at the gate, because you're used to lying. He was there at the gate waiting for you. That person is not there. But then when you say you were at home, can't you? So lying, cheating, dishonesty. Yes. Those are the things, the demons. Part of the demons that break or make the relationship
not work.
Exactly.
And you touched something on the issue of friends, because sometimes maybe I'll just link these two together, friends and cheating. Because one thing that I also noticed is that, especially even fighting, when people are fighting or a couple is fighting, I would say that the worst thing that they could do is to go and find comfort elsewhere. Because now I remember I have about 2 or 3 people that I've heard tell this story. They say that no, maybe I was going through a tough time in my life, and because my partner was not there to comfort me. If it's a girl, they say that no, I found comfort in another guy, and unfortunately I cheated, and that was not by intention, but it was by mistake. Or maybe it's in the case of a couple fighting. They would say that no, you and I were fighting, you didn't want to talk, and maybe the guy got angry or the girl got angry, and then they went and found comfort in another person. Now, what would be your advice maybe to these people who maybe might be having those conflicts? You said that yes, lock the door and make sure that you talk, or make sure that you talk. But what are some of the things that maybe from a woman's perspective, if I may, what are some of those things that maybe as a guy, I looking at the girl, or for whatsoever reason, what are some of the things that could be alarms that when people are fighting, or what are the best ways that maybe you've learned that it's the best way to resolve a conflict, besides the one that making sure that we lock in and
you lock the door. As I've said in the beginning, I'm right, but not all of us are writers. So for those who are readers and writers, you can just jot down your thoughts. Yes, writing it, for me, it relieves my mind. Like after I've written those things down, I just feel like this calmness. I don't know where it comes from, but then I just feel calm in a way that fights. If I were to see the next person I was fighting with, like I would just say, okay, we were fighting for 1, 2, 3, and 4. I understand. Not that I forgot.
Oh, okay.
I understand.
There is it.
I understand. And then for those who cannot write and who cannot read as a way of healing, music. Yes, music. Yes, music. Don't listen to love music. You'll get hurt deeply. Yes, those words are gonna be up to you. But listen to like melodious, like
maybe classic.
Yes, just beat drums Abu Keniji kind of like So you listen to music and you just lie down and you relax. Don't talk to anyone. Just relax. Just lie on your bed or on your sofa. Put on your headset. Don't think of anything. Just listen to the music and you calm down. And then there are others where I think you may find comfort in prayer. I believe prayer it's very important. Like you just kneel down or you stand up. People have different beliefs. Then you just call on to your God. Would say, God, yes, and I'm in this situation. I don't know what to do, but you know So just give me a sign, give me that kind of like comfort, you know, I need to calm down, I need to have some understanding, I need to see this person's point of view. Why did he do that? Or why have I done that? Why have I hurt that person? So I believe after praying, you will feel that calmness. It is, rather than seeking help from people you're not even sure they are friends, because some of the people are not your friends. They're just there to watch your downfall. Immediately you say, me and my guy, we are fighting this. Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
We knew it.
We knew it.
So we knew it. This is what we are going to do. So mchelo 1, 2, 3 and 4. You will never make it. This guy is not bad. He's not good for you. Not especially for women. This guy is not good for you. Yes, my friend, you've been crying for 1, 2, 3 and 4 and 5. All this time you've been crying. We heard you crying. How long are you going to cry? Forgetting that there were happy moments. They don't give you that perspective of saying, okay, my friend, yes, this person, yes, now you are fighting. But look at the positives. Write down your positives and your negative. And you would see your positive. They exclude the negative. Then you would see, okay, this person, we can work this out. We can come to a conclusion or a halfway to resolve this. So, friends, no, don't.
Yeah, no,
don't.
Friends are very dangerous.
Even family. Even family.
Okay.
Yes, even family. Because, you know, there's every snake in our lives. You may not know that snake comes from where. Yes, you may find here's my cousin. But then when I have beautiful things like I know the smile, it's not there. It's like I want to have the beautiful things and you would get to watch them from me. So you see that thing. Though when you confide in that family member, they may not give you the best of advices. They may say, "Wanamma, no. This is not good for you." So you could see, not even family members. Not all of them are going to be happy for you. So hence I say music, prayer, writing it down. It's one of the things that you could do at your own time, just to find calm and healing. To avoid such an extended drama. You know, unale drama, then they bring another drama. Oh, you will never get healed. You will never.
That would be
you will never. No, you can't.
And one of the things that perhaps maybe in summary of what I have learned from you from your social media is that you've got a very unique perspective of what a woman is and how she should conduct herself and some of the expectations that a woman can or are reasonable and some are not reasonable. Because these days you find that people would be saying that no, if the guy doesn't have money, I'm not gonna be in a relationship with the guy. Or they'll be like, the first thing that I check, does the guy have money, and other things like that. What like from your own lessons, from your own experience, or even what you have learned, what would you say that are some of the qualities of a good woman as you have been studying and learning these lessons?
Yes, respectful. Respectful. Yes, woman respectful. Everything just flows. Like when you have that self-belief, yes, I am beautiful. I am sinjani. And then the thing is, as a woman, don't just take joy in judging other people. No. If this is a person, accept that person for who or what she is. That's it. And always have that truth in you. Don't be shy. Even if that thing is painful, tell it like it is. No, don't lie and say, yes, my friend, you are beautiful. No, you're ugly. You're ugly. Yes, that dress. No, you're not wearing it this way. But then don't take that person's spirit down. Say it in a beautiful manner. Yes, my friend.
Criticism.
Okay, yes, that lipstick. Yes, I love it. But no, not that way. Yes, this. Yes. No, yes. So basically, just be a loving person, man. Just have that bubbly, I could say, appearance of if even anybody who doesn't know you, they could actually get that sense of to say, hi, then they would get that sense of to say, no, she can't pull me down. She can't pull my spirit down. Be open-minded. At times, be open-minded. Like, just be free. Be free, man. Just live your life. Yes, this is life. I got one chance, and at this chance I got, live to make other people around you. Not even though you may not know that person, but give that thing of saying, yes, you are loved, you are appreciated, you are sinjanijani.
Okay.
Exactly.
And I mean, maybe there's someone who's listening to this podcast and they are saying that, you know what, I've been telling myself that, you know what, after this relationship, if I get hurt, I'm totally taking a break. I just want to be single, or I want to be independent. And you said that you want to be independent, or you love your sense of independence. Now, what would you say to that person who's saying that, you know what, maybe they've been hurt, or maybe it's someone who hasn't been hurt, but they want to be single, but at times maybe they get bored or they get lonely, or for whatever reason you might find that, because people do say that, no, I don't want a man, or I just want to be single, or what advice would you give a person who maybe might be wanting to be single, or maybe they just want their independence from whether they've been in a relationship or not, or it's just someone who says that, you know what, I want to be independent, because you, like you said, you are very independent, and you would like to be independent for as long as you want. What are some of the things that you are doing that's helping you keep your independence, and what are some of the advices you would give a person like that?
You see, for me, for my independence, it's that I'm not under pressure.
Okay.
As so many people are under pressure to say, yes, I want to be single, but what would the next person think of me?
Okay.
So other people's perspectives, I think they're more important to them, of which that is very wrong. Do something because you want to do it, not because of you got hurt or ganja. No, do that because you feel you'll be in a good space for you. Don't say I want to be single because yes, this guy, he doesn't he doesn't give me break. No, do that because you feel at that point to say, for this period I want to be single. I want to do the things on my own. I want to experience new things on my own. Just do that because you want to know the inner you. Because certain people, they don't know themselves. Hence, that's why you have so many guys or women who fall from one relationship to the next. It's because they're trying to search themselves through those relationships, of which that is very wrong. Hence, they're still going to get hurt because people have different personalities at the end of the day. I'm a psycho. That one is a cool guy. But then, whether you won't know, this one is a psycho, he relates with my personality, because you've never given you a chance, that opportunity to say, yes, I am alone, I need this. If I were to say I want to be in a relationship, I want a guy like this, or I want a girl like this, I want someone who's ambitious, you can't know that because you've never experienced you yourself. Hence this way, when you want to be single, do that because you want to know the real you. Yes, the real you, who will have the chance. Hence, if you want to be in a relationship, to know yourself through the next person. Okay, I want to be in a relationship because I'm 1, 2, 3, and 4. Alright, okay, so this person, I can't 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 5. So being single at some point is important if you do it for the right reasons. Not because you want to get out of a relationship or you've had enough. No, do that because you feel at the space. I want to be alone. I want to think. I want to reevaluate my life. That's it. That's it.
And maybe in the sense of trying to discover yourself, maybe there's someone who's saying that I'm still young. Maybe it's someone who's at high school, maybe grade 10 or whatever age they are in. And I think that I hold the view like you hold, that self-awareness, and it's very important. If you don't know you, no one would ever make you feel loved or whatsoever. And now, what are some of the things that you did, or what are some of the things that you did to help you discover yourself? Because I mean, from my perspective, looking at you, and I would say that you are so comfortable in yourself. You know who you are. You know what you want, and it's not something that I see regularly, because some people, they don't know what they want. They want what everyone else wants. Even if maybe they are choosing a career, they will choose a career based on what's popular and what's not. Now, what are some of the things that you did that helped you discover yourself? And what are those things?
Well, I'm still on a journey of discovery.
Okay.
From me. But then a lot of things I learned through watching other people.
Okay.
Yes. To say, all right, this one is doing that. I know. That one doesn't go with me.
Okay.
Yes, if this one is a drinker, then I would picture myself drinking and say, I know, but I don't see myself, yes, picking up that bottle. No. Or seeing someone who's a smoker.
Okay.
Then when I get home, I was like, yes, I want to try that. But then the second thought would come to say, but that's not you. That's not.
Okay.
Like, why are you doing that? You're doing that because you saw another person doing that. You know, that self-consciousness, it's there. But then most of us, we choose to ignore it. We choose to ignore it, to say, yes, I'm going to defy the means. I'm going to do it. So yes, that's why a lot of people, they mislead themselves because they do not listen. That voice, it speaks. It speaks volumes. It speaks more than anything. If I were to say, I want to go to Palette, it would tell you, yes, today is not a good day to go to Palette. But then you would still go. Hence, we do not listen to our inner self. We tend to ignore it, to say,
I'm just going to do whatever.
I'm just going to do it. So at the end of the day, you end up doing things that pleases other people. Or which is, it's not good for you. At the end of the day, when you're sitting down, you would say, but why did I do that? But then the voice told you. And then after saying that, why did I do that? That voice is still going to come back and say, but I told you not to do it. So it's very important to listen to that inner voice in you. Yes, it's cheesy to say that, but sometimes you need to sit down alone and say, yes, this is what I want for my life. And then if I want to do this, then you got to come up with a plan to say, okay, this is life. Okay, it gives me the punches. I have to roll with them. Okay, I have to roll with them, but with what plan? Then you sit, and then that voice is going to tell you, here's when you do this, you do that, you're going to be all right. So basically, that inner voice, let that inner voice be heard before you can actually speak with your mouth. That inner voice will tell you, this is the right thing to do, this is not the right thing to do. Exactly. So the inner voice, child, nothing.
Nothing else.
Nothing. You must go where? The voice. It's there. It's there. Yes, even those people who steal, they do have that consciousness. They would say, I'm stealing. By the end of the day, they defy that voice and they still do. They still steal value. They still steal. Exactly. So basically, the inner voice is more important than anything.
And that's very important, because I remember one time, where was I? I was at Shell Garage there in Tef. And I was just, I don't know what was I doing that night, but I was supposed to go home. Then I was like, you know what, I'm done here, let me go home. Then the voice said, no, don't go. Just chill a bit. Then I just chilled there a bit. Then afterwards, then I left. And on my way back home, I think I was just past Benny there. Then I saw this Ford Ranger. I don't know what happened to that driver, but I saw the car flying. It was from this lane, then it jumped to the other lane. Then one thing, then it was inside. You see those bridges that they are building near the road. Then boom, it went into the bridge. And I was like, whoa. Had I not listened to that voice, perhaps maybe I could have been there where the car was, and when it was jumping, it could have hit me.
Exactly.
And listening to that voice, it's so very important.
Yes.
Because I've got so many examples I can give you of when that happened to me. Because I even remember one time when I was writing my first book, I was at Hatfield. So I was going to a Pick and Pay shop. I wanted to go and buy some food there. Then the voice said, don't leave your bag here at the parcel counter. Just go with the bag inside. Then I was like, plus my bag is here. I've got some textbooks. I just decided to let me leave my bag. Left my bag. I went into the shop. When I came back, someone had stolen my bag.
Oh Jesus.
I'm like, what? I had a textbook that wasn't mine, a modem that wasn't mine. I had ID copies, everything. And then I lost so many things, and replacing those things, luckily, some of the people whom I had, like my friend who I had his modem, he said that, you know what, it was not within your control. Yeah, it's okay. They stole the modem, and he let me slide on that one. And I would say that maybe for the people who are listening to here, who might be religious, some might call it the Holy Spirit.
Yes.
Yeah, there are so many names that people could use to call. Yeah, and before we take so much time, what would you say it's some of the what is maybe one important lesson that you have learned in your own life, that maybe when you will be going into a relationship in the future, you would want this would be like let's say for me, if I'm going to when I marry, or the most important thing for me is purpose. Whatever I do, I make sure that purpose is the root of it all, whether it's a relationship, whether it's a career, because in my life and in my studies and in everything that I've done, I've seen what purpose does to people, or what the lack of purpose does to people, and even in relationships. Now, to you, do you have something that's something very important to you, that maybe whether it's for relationships or for life in general? What do you have something along those lines?
Well, I think it's understanding.
Okay.
Understanding of what are you doing?
Okay.
Understanding of why have you started that thing?
Okay.
You see, you cannot just start something out of nowhere. You say, yes, I'm starting a tech shop. What do you understand from that tech shop you're trying to build?
Okay. What
are you going to gain from there? So it's very important as a person to understand yourself. Okay. Don't just do things because people are doing it. Understand, Uguti, every person has their journey of life. So you need to understand your you could say your purpose in life. Understand what you really need in order for you to grow. Don't just be like don't just be a person, man. Be unique. Be your own you.
Yeah.
So that when people see you, yes, that person, I really admire that person. Yes, he or she encourages me to do something better with myself.
Okay.
Understand what your life means to other people, because you're not living for you only. There are certain people who are watching you, but then they cannot say, I'm watching you, yes. When you do this, yes, you're hurting me, or you're doing that. Understand your own purpose in life. Understand your goals. Understand whatever you want to do in life, whether it be relationship, work, study, or what. But do things with understanding. Yes, exactly. That's it.
And what you said about people watching, that's very true, because there were so many instances where someone said to me, you know what, I was watching you. This is what I learned from you. Or someone got hurt because of something that I did, and they were like, you know what you did or what you said that other day. No, it hurt me very much because I know you as a person who's like this and that. And I would say that yes, understanding why you are doing certain things, and the fact that someone is always watching.
Yes.
Because whether it's someone old, someone is always watching, and I think the worst thing you could do is forget, because sometimes when we are discouraged, you might want to quit, or you forgot why you started a business, or you forgot why you got into a relationship, or you forgot why you were pursuing a particular goal. You might find that in those moments when you are feeling that adversity, or when you are challenged, it's that understanding that would get you through. Understanding why you started and why you are doing this. It's something that I would say that, to add on what you said, it's something very important. Now, in conclusion, what would be something or maybe your final word that you might have for me, or even the viewers who are listening? What would be your final words or your final advice to the people who are watching and listening to this?
Love life.
Love life.
Just love life. Live freely. Yes, take each day as it comes. Don't always, if today I was stressed, tell yourself, tomorrow is going to be a better day. Tell yourself, yes, today I was, yes, things were not going my way. But if I could live to see another day, something is going to happen. But then you can't just sit and something is going to happen. You sit there with the purpose of saying, yes, today I was not doing well because of 1, 2, 3. And tell yourself, tomorrow I'm going to do this, which is going to better my life. And if I'm in a relationship, though we may not fighting, but then always try to look for ways to improve your relationship, to take it to another level. Yes, experiment, man. Experiment on things. No, not on drugs or welfare. No, that's not it. But experiment with things are gonna grow you as a person.
Wow.
Exactly. Kanjalo nje. Thanda impilo, love life.
Love
That's
life
it. And accept each and every individual that you meet. Do not judge them.
Okay.
If I were to say I come to you and then I'm a stranger, then I tell you, oh, yes, my mother beat me up because of this and that. Don't judge me. Don't judge me. Give me that sense of saying, yes, it's going to be all right. It's going to be all right because you got to live another day. You got to experience a new day. You got to meet me. Then hence, 1, 2, 3, and 4, it's going to be okay. So never judge a person. Maybe I can't know. It's not up to you to judge. We are not judges here. We are not perfect, all of us. But then if you could learn to accept the person for their flaws, their mistakes, their imperfections, and what. Stress-free life, pashash.
Okay.
Exactly.
And maybe one last question, because you yourself, you are a writer and you are constantly writing. Do you have maybe a book that's coming out maybe in a year or so, or maybe you are thinking maybe a novel? Do you have something along those lines that you are planning to give us maybe?
Well, it's a short story.
Okay.
Which I'm planning to publish.
Okay.
Maybe next year. Okay. Around May there. So it's a short story. Basically, it's about my life. Where I have been, the things I've experienced as a child, because it was not a happy childhood, 100%. So yes, and then as I grew older, Sinjani and my family and so forth. So it's a short story. The novel, it's still in the works. It's still in the works. It's still at the ground level. Yes. But then the short story, it's the last part in J.
It's almost done. I hope that when that's done, you will have your back again and you'll share with us those lessons that you've learned.
Definitely.
Without wasting any more of your time, let me take this opportunity to thank you. Thank you very much for making time for me and our viewers and sharing with me and each and every one of us who's listening. You've shared with us some of the most important things. You've told us about relationships, loyalty, about the respect, self-discovery, understanding yourself. There are so many things that I learned from this conversation, and thank you very much for giving me this chance and giving each and everyone who would be listening to this podcast, whether today or sometime later. Thank you for being with us, and thank you very much.
I would also like to thank you just to give me a chance to just tell my side of, you could say, a story or my thoughts or my views or something like that. I really hope someone would get to learn from this and take them some of the things that I've said and try to improve their lives somewhere there, get motivated, get encouraged to do better in life. That's it. That is the main thing which I came here to do, just to inspire another person to do something better with their life. Basically, that's that.
Thank you very much.
All right.
Ladies and gentlemen, this has been the Igniting Dreams Within podcast. I am your host, Ebenezer. I will see you next time. Thank you.